Hello and welcome back to another episode on the Ambassador Sports Network. I'm your host, Dalisa Kulameka.
I'm Jonathan Walden.
I'm Joseph Morant.
And HBCUAC Championship Tournament is here. We've been waiting all year for this. Boys basketball team, they're ready. They're gearing up to go play. The girls basketball team, they're ready. They're gearing up to go play. Softball team moves to 4-0 on the year. And baseball, they're playing right now. And we'll see what they do. But without further ado, you ready, brothers?
Let's get straight to it.
Like I stated earlier, it's championship tournament time. You know, is it too early to say start feeling like March? You know, HBCUAC, we're getting our tournament going. Then March Madness, NCAA takes over in March. Man, I'm excited. The boys basketball team, Joseph, before I get into the tournament, tell the people, your little Joe knows, insider information, what happened this past week.
Yeah, so unfortunately, guys, we had a game for boys and girls against Russ College, and we had to forfeit that game. So unfortunately, we haven't been in compliance with the NAIA when it comes to streaming games. So we've been doing that on YouTube, but we're supposed to be doing that on Urban Edge Network. So I'm not sure who reported us exactly, but due to us being out of compliance, we did have to forfeit our last game of the season.
Yes, and as unfortunate as that is, that doesn't take away from the great season that both teams are. So that forfeit does mean the girls dropped to 10-2 on conference play, and the boys dropped to 4-8, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So we are the boys team is still looking for that 10th win of the year. I have no doubt they're going to go get it because in this tournament they will play. They're projected to play Wiley College first round of the tournament, and then if they win, they'll play Suno, and then Talladega later on in the tournament. But that's how the tournament bracket is shaping up right now. So, guys, talk to me. Talk to me about the tournament expectations and what you expect in this projected first-round matchup versus Wiley College.
Tournament expectations, without a doubt, we have to win our first game. This will be our first game in playoff, in Ambassador history that we've won a game in the NAIA. And I think they will. My expectation for them is not only to win this first game, but to go deeper and win against Suno as well. So in order to do that, we have to stick with what's been working. Stick with our continuous rotation in Naftal and Grinner, Chase, Jordan Bell, Joshua Barnett, and the list goes on. But stick to that limited rotation of 9 players. 9 players that we know will get it done, and we've seen them get it done as well. So in order to win these playoffs, they have to come in with the chip on their shoulder, put everything, the regular season's over. Put everything, all the knowledge you know is in the past. It's time for you to put all effort in for these playoff runs because this is all we got.
It's one and done now.
One and done.
Joseph.
Yeah. So obviously, you know, Wiley College, we know that they're 1-19 on the year, but we don't want to take them for granted. We want to go out there, play good basketball, hopefully come in with a blowout win to gain some momentum because unfortunately, you know, us having to forfeit that game did drop us a little bit, did drop our momentum a little bit. So we want to build that back up. We haven't got to see us play against Suno this year. So we're going to have to really be in our film studies. And hopefully we can come up with a good game plan to go against them. Like what John said, we got to shorten that rotation, maybe go 8-9 man, keep the guys that have been performing consistently all throughout the year. We're going to need those guys big in the playoffs. And we all know, we talked about it earlier, playoffs, it comes down to, it's a coaching game. And so we're going to need Simon Jacobs, Coach Butterfield, Coach Chris. We're going to need them guys to really be locked in and hone in this playoffs in order for us to come out with some victories.
Yes, and I agree. And then when you look at Wiley, like you stated, 1-19 on the year. They are 0-11 in conference play. They're in the West Division. They are also on a 19-game losing streak. They won their first game of the year and lost every single game since. We know how that feels.
We know how it feels.
Being Ambassador fans and reporters. But Wiley has played some tough games against some teams that we played. So when you look at common opponents, Wiley not an easy matchup by any means. They played tough games versus Dillard and Suno, who we expect to play if they beat Wiley in the first game. So when I look at all that, like you stated, coaching, the starters cannot sit on the bench during a run. We know the ambassadors are a little timeout shy. They like to wait on the medias. No. If there's a run going on, call the timeout.
Another thing is we have to understand that they're going to be playing away from their home base.
Yes.
So there's not going to be any well, hopefully the Ambassador fans will come to the games, but more than likely there won't be any
No home cooking.
Yeah,
no home cooking
stadium
at all.
post. No home
No stadium post, no fans going your way, and maybe not even the refs going your way. So ultimately, you have to play your best game and perfect an outcome for us to continue to go down in the playoffs.
And that's true. And I also, before we switch over to talk about the women's team and what we expect from them, the men cannot go away like what you guys stated from what's been working for them. This is not the time to start jacking up 50 million threes, start trying to turn to Steph Curry on the court. No. This is not the time for Naftal Morar to get doghoused. No. He's been hot. He's been rolling. Jordan Bell, we know what he can do. Consistency, game in and game out. Joshua Barnett and Chase Jackson, we know what they can do when they are both facilitating and playing basketball from a high IQ point of view, and it translates on the court. And then you add the supporting pieces, effort. If this team plays with effort and motor runs high, I don't see all the way why this team can't go play Talladega, and then we can have a real conversation when we start getting back to that third time we may see them.
The last thing I'll say is it's all with these wins that we've had lately in the second half of the season. It's always come down to the little things. In order to win playoff games, you have to do the little things: rebound, box out, free throws, and play hard defense. And no second chance opportunities for the opponent. So it's all about the little things. It's all about the unselfish plays, and it's all about playing as a team.
Yes, like we stated, Wiley College this Tuesday, and then if they win that game, Suno on Wednesday. So we're in for a treat. And now, thank you, Joseph, for joining us. We're going to toss it over, and we're going to talk about the girls and what we expect from them. Thank you, Eric, for joining us here, man.
Hey, it's good to be here, man.
The Lady A's. That's who we're here to talk about. We got a million Lady A's here at Oakland, but Lady A's basketball team.
Superstars, man.
Man, this is time where what we've been saying all year is validated. Alumni. My fault. Let me go to my camera. Alumni. I'm talking to y'all. You guys and ladies are going to see why this Lady Ambassadors team is the best women's team in Oakwood history right here. I'm putting my take on the line. Hot take right there. Y'all agree with me?
Absolutely.
The tournament starts February 24th, this Tuesday. The Lady A's, thanks to a great regular season, have earned 2 first-round byes and don't play until Thursday, February 26th at 4 p.m. with the projected matchup to be versus either Wilberforce or Philander Smith. The Lady A's were crowned East Division champions, finishing with the best record in that division. The second best record overall this season at 16-8, with only Wiley College finishing 15-7, being ahead of them. But they finished with the best overall HBCUAC conference record with 10-2 games. And
with you even saying that, Oakwood, whether the alumni is like it or not, this is history. Starting in the NAIA conference, no team has done this, boys or girls. So this is history in itself.
Yes, and we're not just coming up here making stuff up off the top of our head, saying how I can come on here and say a hot take like I believe they're the favorite and going to win it all because of what we've seen them do in this regular season. Like I said, 16-8, and that 16-8 has to have a little bit of an asterisk on it because of that forfeit to Rush College at the end of the season. And last time the girls played Rush, they beat them by like 23 or 28 points. So that would have been another win, and then we're tied.
17-7.
And then we're tied with Wiley for the come on.
And we were missing key players to start off the year. We missing Morgan Bowe.
Oh yes, volleyball players.
Yes, because they're playing up. Man, don't even
get me started.
It's true. It is true. So guys, going into the tournament, same thing like we said for the boys. What do you want to see, and what do you expect to see from this women's team?
These ladies need to remember, stick to the game plan, and this is playoff basketball. Everybody's 0-0 right now.
It's one and done.
Any given game, someone could get hot, someone could have these mental lapses, and then your season's over. It's 0-0 right now. You need to stick to your guns, stick to your game plan, keep firing from 3, keep pounding the paint, play solid defense. We have a great coach. So our game plan is going to be solid. It's a matter on these ladies if they can execute game in and game out, and just play every game like it's their last.
Jonathan.
I have to agree with Eric. Going into this postseason, there's no more 17-7. There's no more 16-8. It's 0-0. So you have to go into this season, into this playoff, like you came into the season with a chip on your shoulder. They performed great in the regular season, but at this point, it's win or go home. From this point, The mental lapses have to cease, and even when you do have mental lapses, you have to stay focused and still have that drive to finish out these games. But don't go away from what's working. Kamaria Murray, Sanaya Keys, Tranisha Adams, that's been working, but ultimately, there's no scouting report for this team. I said it before and I'll say it again. When you play Oakwood University, Lady Ambassadors, you don't know who is going to have an impactful night. It could be coming off the bench and it could be starting. So continue to play the way y'all playing and continue to have this team chemistry that y'all have built on this whole season. And ultimately, hey, I don't see nobody beating us. We know and they know that they are the team to beat.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure they're willing to accept that challenge and ultimately perform after accepting it.
And despite that, they are the hunted, but they need to go into this tournament like they're the hunters.
Yeah.
Because let's not forget, they've had this great season, but no. We know what happened last year, the year before, and the previous years. We weren't up here talking like this. We weren't up here talking hot. No. Now, they still need to have that hunter mindset where we are the underdog. We need to go in this. And let me give you some quick statistics on the projected matchup versus either Wilberforce or Philander Smith, whoever wins. If they play Wilberforce, they're 3-1 over the last 2 years versus the Wilberforce, and the Lady A's beat them twice this year, with the second win being by 29 points. In those 4 games, Sanaya Keys averages almost 20 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 57% from the field, and gets to the free throw line 8 times. Matchup nightmare. Tranisha Adams averages 22 points per game on 51% three-point shooting. Let's not forget, that's the game she had 30 in that second game versus Wilberforce. Kamaria Murray also dropped 21 on Wilberforce earlier in the year. The Lady Ambassadors, like we said, no scouting report. Lydia Josiah dropped a 20 ball, or was it 30? 30 ball back earlier in the year versus Pensacola Christian College. So, with a great supporting cast, people off the bench.
Shania
Sanders. Against Wilberforce, no issue. Philander Smith, they're 14-9 on the year, 7-5 in conference play. Us, the fans, we got robbed of seeing a head-to-head matchup last week. But when the two teams faced off last year, Philander did win 73-61, but Philander lost their top 2 leading scorers from that team. So it's interesting to see who they're going to play, but I believe the Lady A's pose a matchup nightmare for either teams. And then I believe the bracket will shape out with Lady A's versus Philander Smith, and then Stillman versus Paul Quinn in the quarterfinals in the top half of the bracket. And I'm not even going to look ahead to teams like Wiley in the semifinals or the championship round. You got to focus on Wilberforce or Philander.
You got to focus on what's in front of you.
One game at a time.
Yes. And like we stated up here, they got to go up there with the hunter mindset. There's no scouting report, and they have to stick to what they've been doing. They do that, you already know what this is. Decor. Rings, jewelry. And man,
we ain't seen some jewelry touch Oakwood since
2016?
2016 and the men's team.
And I'm hoping the girls
it was 2019.
2019. Excuse me. When the girls do that, man, I'm going to come up here and we going to have a great show.
We're going to have our own Mardi Gras. Back here, we're going to have our own parade with floats and all that good
we
stuff.
Might come in here with some soda in here, some buckets of ice.
We might be popping non-alcoholic alcohol up here, man.
Pop some apple juice in this joint.
Man, but hey, we can do that. The girls, stay grounded. Don't feed into what we're saying. One track mindset.
Perform.
Go get this championship. And now we're going to talk about some softball. Thank you, Aaron, for joining us.
Good to be here.
Maybe the basketball team can learn a thing or two from the softball girls, because the softball girls know a little something about winning tournament games. We saw them do that last year. And this year, they're rolling. We said what they did versus Lane College, 2-0. And now they're 4-0 after 2 wins, like I stated last episode. Go pull up the receipts. Not Jordan Howard, Tony Sims, and Kaylee Fuller and Anna Jones. So they going to give Harrisville a run for their money. And I think they're going to come out victorious in that one. But we'll see y'all next week. I said they're going to beat Harrisville State, and that's exactly what the girls did, proving all of us right. They won both games, 7-6 versus Harrisville State University. And for their efforts last week versus Lane College, Jordan Howard was named HBCUAC Player of the Week, and Emma Newby, pitcher, was named Freshman of the Week. So, Jonathan, you know what Oakwood has about freshmen.
Something about the freshmen, especially with the freshman ladies, man. Sanaya Keys, freshman of the year. Jordan Howard. And now we got newcomer Emma Newby. So she really gonna show us if she can really live up to the Oakwood freshman lifestyle.
Yes, and also on that part, whoever runs the Ambassadors website, please fix your stats. Why do I look on stats and I see Ashlyn Hallman as our pitcher, and Ashlyn Hallman is getting credit for the wins? Ashlyn Hallman graduated last year. Give Emma Newby her respect.
Fact.
Please, she is 4-0. Stop giving Ashlyn Hallman her stats. I just had to say that. Fix that. But we're going to play a fun little game here for the softball team where I'm going to name the stat line over the duration of the Harris-Stowe State, 2 games, and it's going to be on Jonathan and Joe to see who was right. So, guys, I'm going to start off right here. First person, 7 at-bats, 4 runs, 5 hits, and 3 RBIs.
Can I go? Emma Newby, bro. Freshman of the year, bro.
Joseph, do you have anybody to?
I was gonna say Emma Newby.
Emma Newby is correct. Jonathan 1 point. Joseph with 0. All right, let's go to the next one. 6 at-bats, 3 runs, and 2 hits.
Jordan Howard.
Katie Fuller.
Cool, Okay, Jonathan with 2 points and Joseph 0. Next one. 8 at-bats, 3 runs, and 3 hits.
That's Jordan Howard.
That is not Jordan Howard.
Tony Sims.
I said it first.
I gotta give it to.
I said it first.
I'll make it interesting. I'll give it to Joe. He did say it first, but Joseph, next time, only one guess. Okay, 4th person. 6 at-bats, 1 run, 3 hits, and 3 RBIs.
Mary Faith.
No.
Anna Jones.
Oh, okay. We're tied up at 2-2. All right. Last person. 6 at-bats, 3 hits, and 2 RBIs.
Jordan Howard.
Mary Faith?
Yeah. Jonathan is our winner on what are we gonna call that? Match the athlete, match the stat, match the stat to the athlete.
Joe's basically saying, bro, how you gonna pick? Jordan just got fresh. What she just got? Freshman of the week?
I was going to use Jordan's stats, but she got player of the week from the Lane College game, and she performed well in that first game, but. We're going to be talking about Jordan Howard all season. So I had to give other players some shine, especially when they played better in that series versus Harris-Stowe State than her. But it's all right, Joseph.
Yeah, I got cheated a little bit, but it's
You did not get cheated, maybe next time. But yes, before we pass it off and talk about baseball, I want to just quickly touch on that Harris-Stowe State game. Like we said, Emma Newby, I feel like that's a name we're going to be saying a lot this year. 21 strikeouts en route to another 2 wins versus Harris-Stowe State. Didn't she just threw 20 versus Lane College.
yeah.
So,
24.
Yes. And like we said, she's also hitting the ball as well. I said it might be too early last week to give her a Sydney Arnett comparison. No, I'm fully on board. This is the next coming of Sydney Arnett.
Emma Newby, all I got to say is ice up. Ice up that shoulder, man. Because the way you playing, we going to need you all season.
Yeah, I don't know even what to say. Like, she's averaging 10 strikeouts a game.
Like
40 on the year. We have 4 wins. And she's the strike count to ball count is out of this world right now.
It's insane.
So
that was a great gritty win. 2 7-6 games. Versus Harris-Stowe State. 2 great wins, But the next upcoming games will have already concluded by the time this episode drops. But they'll play this Saturday, February 21st, versus Russ College, and a doubleheader on Sunday versus Russ College. Come on, bro. Y'all weren't messing with my joke, huh? Okay. But yes, that's all we have for the softball girls. And now we'll toss it over and we'll talk about some baseball. The baseball team is currently in a 3-game series versus Stillman College, with the first matchup being this past Thursday, February 19th. They lost that game 10-1. And then they play a doubleheader right now as we're recording on February 20th versus Stillman. So, guys, going into the doubleheader, the video is going to drop after they've already played, but what can the team improve on after a bad outing in the first matchup between the 2 teams?
Well, most of all, they have to put the bat on the ball. In the first game, score was 1-10, and they didn't hit the ball. They just got to walk somehow, some way. But we had so many players that were able to go to bat.
Yeah, at bat.
And didn't hit the ball. So
At all.
And
when he says they didn't hit the ball, he's not saying as in like no. The team had 0 hits on the afternoon.
Yeah, so today we have to hit the ball in order to score points because that ultimately puts the defense in a disadvantage when we're on bases, and it also creates errors on their end or tests their ability to defend as well. So you have to put the bat on the ball for sure.
I think this is part of just early season for any type of sport, basketball, football, anything like that. Early season, there's going to be growing pains, especially after an offseason like they just had with coaching changes, things like that. These challenges and adjustments, they're going to happen. And as players, continue to set onto roles, build chemistry, and regain that type of game rhythm. 1-6 start. I don't want to say it's expected, but it's not something like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do now?
Correct.
Yeah. It's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world. But the record, I don't think it fully reflects the work putting in and the potential that this team has. These early games, there are learning curves, but they have to learn how to respond and grow to get better every single day as the season moves forward. Focus on remaining sharp execution, be confident at the plate, and turn these tough losses into tough lessons for momentum ahead.
Yes, and I agree. Excuse me. Especially in this is the first conference game this team is playing, right?
Yeah.
So this is one of the games that we like to say matters for real.
Right.
Where Montreat College, that was a tough opponent, doesn't really count toward their conference record. The game versus Lemoyne Owens, the baseball team and I believe that they should have won both of those games. They went 1-1 in those games, but I was there at the game. First game, they just beat themselves, silly errors. But going into this game, like Jonathan said, it's inexcusable. And they know it's inexcusable. They have to play better. 0 hits in a collegiate game, 0 hits in any type of game is inexcusable. And it's a miracle that we even found a way to score, being quite honest. One run, 0 hits,
right.
We just scored off of an error, the pitcher error.
Correct.
If that's what you're going to rely on, it's going to be a long season. But I believe they have the team and they have the capabilities and the talent, most of all, and the coaching to turn it all around. So I believe that this team will play better. They have to play better. And I know that they're going to play better. And we'll see come next week. We'll recap it and see what happened as they're playing right now in this doubleheader versus Stillman. But Ambassador baseball team, we're rooting for you guys. Next week, the Ambassadors will play a doubleheader versus the University of Tennessee Southern on Tuesday, February 24th at 1 and 3 p.m. And I'm excited to see how that game goes on. Another non-conference opponent, see how we shape up versus them. But, boys, it's been a fun episode, man. And I'm very excited for how this playoff tournament is going to shape out for the basketball and for both basketball teams. Softball, man, they're making me proud. Followed up a great season last year, going 4-0 to start this year off. And then baseball, we know they're going to get it together. But, hey, I'm Dalito Kulameka.
Jonathan Walden.
And Eric Reed.
And we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for watching the Ambassador Sports Network. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and tap that bell so you're notified every time we post.